am I? And the title of this masterclass is what? Career Transformation Masterclass. Some of the highest paid people are people that speak. But even in your organization, for you to rise up, you must be someone that communicates well. When you have an idea, you share it with your boss. Okay? They start seeing you as a potential leader. Knows how to identify potential customers, okay? Analyze them, create customer persona, map out the customer journey, create marketing campaign, execute the marketing campaign, monitor the marketing campaign, review the performance, use tools like Facebook ads, Google ads. For 4 reasons why you don't achieve your career goal. You don't have that specialist skills. You don't have the work experience. Not be relevant without an internship program.
All right, so welcome back to Advanced Careers UK. Graphic Design Masterclass. Welcome once more. So I think I also share my camera a bit on the side. So what are we going to cover today? Okay, this is Graphic Design Masterclass, how to become a graphic designer in 12 weeks with 0 experience, okay? And we always try to get people from, if you have some experience, amazing, fantastic, but if you don't have any experience, trust me, there is no best time to switch into IT than this period. If your audio is on, please just mute yourself for the meantime. Let's get the training going, and then you can ask your question at some point. We will allow you to unmute yourself and ask your questions, okay? So this is a master class. And what is a master class? A master class is a class that you get people that have experience, that have mastered the art in a specific area to teach you, to hold your hands and guide you on how to become that professional. Now, I would like to know where you are all joining from. Just in the comment box, just type in where you are joining from. And also, I want to know if you have any form of graphic design experience in the past or not. All right. And at some point, I would like to also know what is your expectation in terms of, are you looking to become a graphic designer or something else? So what are we going to cover in today's masterclass? I will do an introduction. Then about the graphic design masterclass. What is graphic design? Who is a graphic designer? 10 skills of graphic designers and why become a graphic designer, and elements, basic elements and principles of graphic design. This will be a practical workshop where there will be an introduction to Adobe Photoshop. We look at a case study, and then also how we as a company can help you to achieve your own ambition to become a graphic designer or any other role. So introduction, who we are, what we do, who this is for, and why transition into tech. All right. As you can see, the beautiful graphic designed on my presentation. This is done by the in-house graphic designer. His name is Afe John. and he also runs his own company, AJ Design. Okay, and that's one of the benefits of becoming a graphic designer. You can be your own boss, and at the same time, you can work under companies. You would see your work displayed globally on billboards, on TV advertisement, on social media advertisement, on social media posts, on email campaigns. You know, your design brings out, they say a picture tells 1,000 words. So your design tells 1,000 words to potential viewers. You are responsible to build companies' brand, okay, brand identity. So who are we? Advanced Careers is not a training, just a training organization. We are a career transformation organization. We are a career transformation organization. And what do I mean by career transformation organization? I will read some things for you later down. So what do you need to transform and transition into IT, into a graphic designer, into a well-paid job, into modern day of working? All right. You need the knowledge, you need the skills, you need work experience, you need coaching and mentoring in the real world, you need a powerful professional brand, which is your CV, your LinkedIn profile. Okay. You also would need connection. You need a team around you that would hold your hand, that will guide you and help you to achieve your career dreams, your career goals. And that is what Advanced Careers bring to you. So we train you, we put you on a work experience, and the great thing is this: you would work with a UK-based company, and for graphic designers, there's huge opportunities for you to work on multiple projects, either with us or with a third-party company, to gain that experience and then launch your career. So who is this for? Our internship programs, our master classes are for those people that are looking for a means to become highly skilled and then kick off their career in tech, even outside tech as well. But the key thing is this: are you looking to become highly skilled? Now, I have not mentioned university degree. I have not mentioned any certification, because what you need in the real world, in the job market, is skills and experience. So if you are someone that has graduated from university or not, but is not really happy with your job, you're not really happy with your job, you're not happy with your pay, you're not happy with the work environment, there is no flexibility, you can't work remotely, you can't work, you must be in the office, you must travel, pay transportation, spend time on the bus, on the train to get to work. And today, a lot of people are working from home, and you want to also work from home. You want to build your own business. This is for you. Now, why transition into tech? More than 50% of jobs are posted online in the last few years, more than 50% are tech related. Graphic designer, web designer, UX designer, web developer, project manager, business analyst, data analyst. So we are in a tech revolution. Everybody, every company is moving into tech, and you also would have to move into tech. If not, you will be left behind. Afe will do his own bit later also about graphic design masterclass. Now, this is not about career change alone, but it's about taking back control of your life, your career, and your finances. It's about reaching the height, the greatest height in your career. I had my master's degree and I was still unhappy with my job until I switched to tech. It is about earning very well while creating impact. And there is no better place to create an impact than a graphic designer. You are responsible to create logos. You are responsible to create business cards. You are responsible to create design on billboard, on social media posts and adverts, on television ads, on the background of big concepts. So you are making impact, you are enjoying the job, and you are being paid. It is about making your voice very loud. And when I talk about making your voice loud, it means that you are in a job that your input counts, not a job that your input does not count at all. Like whatever you do right now, and you can easily be laid off. Trust me, you are in the wrong job. It is about taking full advantage of the changing times that we've got. So it is not just about I want to become a graphic designer, or we call it content creator. That is a means to an end. The end for you is to earn well, live better, be able to do the things that you want to do without worrying about where do I earn something tomorrow or next tomorrow. This is what this masterclass is about. I'm a case study of Bamike. Bamike did the graphic design training with us, I think about 2 or 3 years ago. Right now, he works with, he and a group of guys, they have already created their own design agency. He also currently does work for us as a contractor. So whatever he has paid for the program with advanced careers, we have paid him more. Okay. I don't have his video at the moment, but he's going to do a clip for us and send to us. In short, I'm even expecting some of his design to reach me today. Maybe he has sent them, maybe he hasn't. But not yet. But if I could scroll down a bit and see if I can find him, and see if I can find some of the work he did for us. So if you register on our website and you are trying to verify your payment, you will see this. This is part of his work. Okay, and we paid for that. So whatever is paid for the program, he has already made more than 100% or 1000% of what he paid. So what we're going to do now, we get onto the real workshop to look at how to become a graphic designer within the next few weeks or months. And then Affair will do a live workshop with you. So what are we going to cover now? What is graphic design? Who is a graphic designer? 10 most important skills of a graphic designer. Why become a graphic designer in the digital age? Basic design elements and principles, and introduction to Adobe Photoshop. And before I carry on, somebody is raising his hand. Gabriel, I will just give you an opportunity to say what you want to say or ask your question, and then we'll get into the real workshop. Gabriel, you can unmute yourself and ask your question. If you don't ask in the next 10 seconds, we might carry on. Okay. All right, let's carry on. So, what is graphic design? Graphic design is the craft of planning and creating visual content to communicate ideas and messages. It is the craft of planning and creating visual, something you can see. And this visual content could be still content or video content, motion motion graphics, motion content, or non-motion content. Graphic design is everywhere you look, from billboard to cereal box to your mobile phone. So everywhere you look today, you see an element of graphic design. But the simple definition is the process, the craft, the art of planning and creating visual content. We'll see the different type of visual content, video content, design content, billboards, etc. So who is a graphic designer then? Graphic designers create visual concepts using computer software or by hand to communicate ideas that inspire, inform, and captivate consumers. They develop the overall layout and production design for applications such as advertisement, brochure, magazines, and reports. So what kind of skills do you need to become a graphic designer? You need imagination and visual styling. You must be able to imagine things, creativity, okay? Design thinking. Design thinking is a concept, okay? It's not something you are born with. It's something that you learn. You learn design thinking, knowledge of designing softwares, Adobe Photoshop, CorelDRAW, Illustrator, UI and UX design sense. Now with UI and UX, this is the designs that goes onto a website. Photo editing. Photo editing skills, understanding of print design, typography, which is the process of putting text and words together in a way that it is attractive and explains the core concept or the ideas that is about to be shared. Ability to think out of the box. Coding skills. Know the latest trends. So these are some of the skills, most important skills that you need as a graphic designer. And these are the skills that when you join our internship program, at the tip of it, you will be very confident because you would have worked on multiple projects to deliver. So why become a graphic designer in the digital age? Ability to work remotely anywhere in the world. Right now, I am in the UK. I work with Bamike, I work with Afe. They are both in Nigeria. Afe has worked with clients in America, in Canada, in UK, in Europe, in Nigeria. Okay, so you can build a portfolio of clients. You get paid for being creative. There is nothing as good as a job that allows you to think, be creative, and you get paid for that. So it is not laborer's job. It is not a job that you are told to do. It is not a repetitive job. You are paid to be creative. You become your own boss as a freelancer. You have fun while you work. Others will be that there is huge demand right now for IT skills for graphic designers. Today we have Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and several other social media platforms. And brands that know what they do, they need graphic designers to churn out graphic on a regular basis. So that means that there is enough job out there for you, so long as you choose to take this path. That said, we can get onto the practical workshop now. And on the practical workshop, after we look at design thinking, the basic elements of design and principles, and also introduction to Adobe Photoshop. So Afe, I think I'm going to hand over to you now. You should be able to share your screen. I'll stop sharing my screen. I'll stop my video, and also I'll stop sharing my screen.
Okay.
All right, please share your screen. Do a quick introduction of yourself as well before you get onto the business.
Good evening, everyone. That's a wonderful one from our boss, Mr. David Ageba. Can you all hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, that's nice. Can also see me as well, right? So good evening, everyone. I hope our day has been good. My name is Afe John. I'm a creative content designer or content creator or graphic designer, as you may, or I'm also a website designer. I'm also a contract printer. So when you join our internship training, we are still going to teach you how to become a printer using graphic design. You don't need to have a printing machine. We are going to put you through all that when you join us for this training. So back to the masterclass. So today I'm going to be putting you through so today I'm going to be putting you through the basic elements in graphic design. Basic design elements and principles. So if you have any question, you can always ask. So I'm going to be putting you through the basic design elements and principles. So you need to master this. You need to master these principles. You also need to know the various elements that makes up a design. Are you with me? So what are the basic elements that makes up designs? We have line, we have color, we have shape. These are the basic elements and principles. We have line, color, we have shape, we have alignment, proximity, balance, color contrast, and hierarchy. Okay. So element of designs. Element of designs are your color, your line, and shape. I'm not going to be putting us through typography for now, because typography on its own is a section of design that is very complex. So I'm not going to be putting us through typography for now. So we are just going to settle with line, color, and shape. So all designs have certain basic elements or building blocks chosen to convey messages. So this is line. So line is one of the elements of design. So what is a line? A line is a stroke that shows motion and connect 2 points. It may be vertical, horizontal, or diagonal, curved, straight, zigzag, or show emotion. Line often referred to as the most basic element of design. Yet this simple element functions in complex ways. Used effectively, line expresses a variety of verbal and visual concepts. Line works either by itself or in conjunction with other lines to communicate messages and impact audience. So we have the diagonal lines. Line shows weight. The weight of a line conveys meaning as well. Thinner lines suggest weakness, while thicker lines convey power. The following example shows difference in strength from weakest to strongest. So if you check some of my designs, I normally use line to convey some of these messages. It makes your design looks organized and well presented. Another element of design is shapes. Shapes. Shapes are area enclosed with both sides of a line meet. So if I remove the fill of this shape now, what you see at the edges is line. So line connecting each other to form a shape. That if you have a fill inside, a fill means a color. So we have geometric shape, we have the free form and abstract shapes. It is from these shapes that designers combine to either design logo, icons, and stuff like that. So examples, we have the geometric, we have organic, and we have the abstract. Another element is color. Color. Without color, your design cannot come out. Very, very attractive. So what is color? Color is the part of light that is reflected by the object we see. So we have the color hue. We also have the color codes as well. We have cool colors, green, blue, violet. They appear to recede in images. Color tint. So when you join our internship program, we're going to teach you how to use colors effectively in design. How to use color effectively in design. The amount of color you should use in a particular design, and the types of color you should use in a particular design. You have the color shades. That's mixture of any color with black. You have the value, lightness or darkness of the color. It depends on the amount of white or black added. So we have the CMYK. So another interesting thing about our training is that we are going to teach you the meaning of CMYK and RGB. So these are the two various color modes in design. So the CMYK stands for cyan, magenta, yellow, and the key is black. Based on the subtractive color model used primarily in the printing industry. So as designers, like I said, I'm also going to teach you how to become a contract printer. So as a printer, when you are designing, the color mode you choose, when you are designing using your either Adobe, using either CorelDRAW or Adobe Illustrator, the color mode you choose is CMYK because CMYK is used in the printing industry. So most machines are designed to print in CMYK mode. Are you with me? Not RGB. So we're going to tell you how to distinguish the CMYK and also the RGB. We mostly use RGB when we are designing for media, when we are designing, we want to design for website, or we want to design for social media, just for generally for media. That's what we use RGB for, which is the red, the green, RGB, red, green, and blue. Why the CMYK stands for cyan, magenta, yellow. Why that K is constant, it's called black. So these are the different meanings of color red. So you can also do your research, check for meanings of colors, why brand uses them, and so. So these are the various meanings of red color. These are the various brands that uses the red color. We have Coca-Cola, we have McDonald's, we have KFC, you know. They add meanings to their brand. We also have the orange color. These are the various meanings. We have the yellow color. Yellows for creativity, young, visible, bright, cheerful. We have the green color. Green is for patient, natural, adventure, relax. I'm just going to skip through this. We also have the blue. They all have different meanings. You can see brands that uses the purple color. We have Cadbury, we have FedEx, we have QVC. So purple has been seen as a powerful color for luxury brands and products. Purple is also a royal color. Purple has symbolized nobility and wealth. Like I said, purple is a royal color. We have the pink, we have the black. Black is for authority, power, strength, evil, intelligence, stylish, and timeless. About black. Black, popular in fashion because it makes people appear thinner. That's why people use black. This from the fashion design perspective. We have the Gucci brand, we have the Christian Dior, which are fashion design companies. We have the Giorgio Armani. So all these colors, they add meanings to the brand. So that's that about what the basic elements of design. Basic element of design. So next, we're going to move into the principle of design. So by the time you get yourself acquainted with the basic elements of design, and you now know the principles of design, before you start any design project, with your level of understanding of these two, with your level of understanding of the element and the principle of design, at the end of the day, your design will come out perfectly well and perfectly structured, and to be looking well organized. So we are moving to the principle of design now. Design guidelines used to organize or arrange the structural elements of design. That's the principle of design. So in the principle of design, we have balance. Your design must have balance. You don't just, for example, if you are designing a magazine, you're designing all your elements on that design must be balanced. Not that they will just be scattered anyhow. There are reasons for that. We have proximity. So proximity is elements that look alike stay in one particular area. We have contrast, we have hierarchy, you know, I also have alignment. Your design must be aligned. So number one is balance. Balance. Your design must be balanced, like I said. Balance in design is similar to balance in physics. A large shape close to the center can be balanced by a small shape close to the edge. Balance provides stability and structure to a design. It's the weight distributed in the design by the placement of your elements. Balance is one of the important points. Balance is one of the important points, the success of a design. everyone loves the convenience to what they see. Balance in graphic design can be achieved by adjusting the visual weight of each element, both in terms of scale, color, contrast, etc. Types of balance. We have the symmetrical balance in which the weight in both sides are equal. We also have the asymmetrical balance. The weight both in both sides, they are equal, but they are not arranged in an equal proportion, but they are equal. So this is an example of the asymmetrical balance. So one of the weight is tilted to the right, and the other, some of the elements are tilted to the left. And at the end of the day, the design is what? Design is balance. So these are the type of things you look when you are designing. You make sure your design is balanced. So we also have the asymmetrical balance. So this is an example. So can you see this now? The text here are tilted to the what? To the left. While here, the text tilted to the left. We also have some to the right, and the images here are the middle of the what? The whole canvas. So this designer is well balanced. Can you see it? Well balanced. So that is balance in what? In design. So another principle is what? The proximity. The proximity. So we have covered balance, now it's proximity. The principle of proximity is simply the process of ensuring related design elements are placed together. The designs are placed together. Any unrelated item should be spaced apart. Close proximity indicates that items are connected or have a relationship to each other and become one visual unit, which helps to organize or give structure to a layout. So this is an example of proximity. You can see the title of this is a website menu or a website header. On the top here we have the menu. Because the menu, they are of the same family, that's why they are grouped together here at the top. So we now have the title. Can you see it? They are on their own. We now have all these shapes here. They are what? Grouped together in a particular place. So that is the meaning of proximity. Elements that looks alike, or elements that are alike, they are placed together in one proximity. So that's the meaning of proximity. So another example of proximity is, looking at the Adidas logo, this three line here, this three icon here. Can you see this one now? These three lines here, they are not properly placed. So by my right hand side here, you can see that they are together here. So that's the example of proximity. So this is bad placement, while this is good placement. Can you see it? Another principle is what? Alignment. Alignment. So alignment allows us to create order and organization. So your design must be aligned. Is that a left align, right align, center align, like that. So aligning elements allows them to create visual connection with each other. So it allows element to create visual connection with each other. So this is an example of an alignment now. So for my left-hand side here, you can see that all this shape here, they are not well aligned and they look scattered. So if your elements are arranged in such a way they don't look well aligned, it will look rough and it will not look good. So by my right-hand side here, you can see that these boxes here, they are well aligned. You can see that the right-hand side there looks much more better than the left-hand side. So this is a good alignment. So we have the proper alignment and we also have the mixed alignment. So example is this magazine now. So you can see an example of alignment. The text, the headers that are well aligned to the left. At the middle here, the text are aligned to the right. Why at this particular end here, they are aligned to the left alignment. We also have the justify. So if you are very conversant with our Microsoft Word, you know what justify means in text alignment. So as you are aligning your text, you can also align your shapes as well. You can also align your line as well, not just the text alone. So another principle we're going to be looking at is the contrast. Contrast is the juxtaposition of opposing elements. So opposite colors on the color wheel or value light, dark or direction, horizontal or vertical. So contrast allows us to emphasize or highlight key elements in your design. It allows us to highlight key elements in design. So you can see now, simple contrast tells the viewer where to look first. So this is contrast. So contrast means placement of an object with a different color. So how do they look in the eyes? So you can also see this. We have the milk and the gold. Another example is this apple and orange. You can see the apple has a different color, while the orange has a different color. You can distinguish that this is an apple because of the color texture. Another example is these tomatoes. We have the green one and the red, the ripe one and this particular one here that is not ripe. So this is an example of a contrast. So hierarchy. So hierarchy means giving importance to the most important elements. Giving importance to the most important elements. Excuse me, please. So briefly, we are going to be looking at a simple introduction of Adobe Photoshop. So in the training, the two professional software we are going to be using for the graphic design training is Adobe Photoshop, because Photoshop is one of the most used software used by professionals in the industry. We're also going to be using CorelDRAW for So we're using Photoshop and CorelDRAW. We're not going to be using Adobe Illustrator because if you want to go into printing, the software that is required for that is CorelDRAW. And Adobe Illustrator and CorelDRAW, they do the same thing. So I'm going to share my screen again. Share my screen again. So this is the user interface of Adobe Photoshop. Can you see the screen now?
Yes.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so this is one of the softwares we are going to be using for the graphic design training. So Adobe Photoshop is a very versatile software, very versatile. You use it for photo manipulation, photo editing. You can also use it to create video, to edit videos. You can use it to create GIF, you know, and stuff like that. So it's a very versatile software. So I'm just going to briefly run through the user interface. So we have the menu at the top, we have the tools at the left-hand side, we have the panels at the right-hand side here. So Adobe Photoshop is a pixel-based application. What I mean by pixels? Pixels come together to form an image. That's just the basic definition of Adobe Photoshop. So it's a pixel-based application. If you zoom into an object in Adobe Photoshop, if you over zoom into that object, you see those pixels, you know, the object will start pixelating. So one of the most important things of this training is that the first 1 week, if you teach you how to use the Photoshop, you can easily go into photography. You can easily start editing pictures for clients. You can start your photography business in less than a week after the training. You can start your photography business. We're going to teach you how to edit pictures, how to manipulate pictures, like that. So I'm quickly going to be teaching you how to create a mockup in Adobe Photoshop. So a mockup is a 3-dimensional representation of your work in real life. An example is this image here. Can you see this image here now? So it's a mockup, but we want to place our design on it so that in real life, it will look like this. So as a designer, whenever you finish designing a particular project, let's say logo or business card, you need a mockup to show how the design will look like in real life. Are you getting me? So this is a perfect example of it. So this is a magazine cover page. So this is the design. This is the design of the cover page. So I've already done the design using the dimension of the magazine. So one thing is that you need to pay critical attention to the dimension of the mockup. If the mockup is square, so you make sure the dimension of your design too is square. This design is portrait. Definitely, it is because the magazine is portrait. That is why. So you pay critical attention to the dimension. So how do you get your mockup? You go online. There are free version of mockup. There are also paid version. So when you download it as a zip file. After you download it, you might extract it. What you are extracting is an Adobe Photoshop file. So it is that file you now open in your Photoshop. When you open it, this is what you will see. So immediately you open it, you will come to the right-hand side where you have your layer panels. So this is my layer panel. So this is the layer of the mockup. So if I click, I will come to where it is written, put your design here. So if I double click inside, it's opening. So it will open another panel for me, another page for me, where I can place my design. So this is where I will place my design now. So if I go to my design, this is my design here. I will drag to where this design is. So this is this design. So the next thing I'll do is I'm going to I'm going to reduce it to fit into the size. So I'm adjusting the design. So I'll remove all this text. So this is the first stage when you're editing your mockup. This is the first stage. So I've done that now. So the next thing is I have to save this design. I have to save this design I have done. So what I do is I'll press Command S if you are using a Mac, and if you are using Windows, you press Control S, which is save, or you go to your file and click on save. So it will save this action for you. So the next thing that you now go back to where your original mockup is. So can you see it? It has transformed into that mockup. Another example, another thing you can also use, we also have mockups for logos. Finish designing your logo, you want it to look like 3D, you go and download a mockup. You just type logo mockups, you see different types, then you download. We have free versions, download, open it, the same process that we did here, you also do it, and your design will come out like this. So after this, how do you now save? How do you now export your what? Your finished job? So you go to File, you see Export. I'm using the 2021 version of Photoshop. You will be using the outdated version, but this is what I'm using. So they may differ in in settings. So but where you need to go is export as. So this is where you change the format. Are you doing JPEG, PNG, GIF, or so we are doing JPEG. You can also set the quality. If you want the higher quality, you set it. 100% is the highest. So, then when you are done, you click on export. So when you click on export, it will take you to where you want to what? You save your project. Go there. If it's documents, you click documents, give it a name. Magazine mockup. Then you save. Then you export. Then you export. So that's all. So let me quickly do a quick revision. Like I said, you download your mockup. Your mockup is a PSD file. PSD means Photoshop file. You download it, extract it, and open it. Just click, it will open. So it will bring you here. Go to your right-hand side where you have your layers. Open it. Open the drop down. Double click. It will bring it to a new document. So this is where you now place your design. After you place your design, you will save your design. So saving your design, if you go back to the original the original file, that your design will automatically transform into the new mockup. So if you have any question, you can start asking your question now as we are rounding up. So that's just the basic intro to Adobe Photoshop. Mr. David, over to you. So if you have any question, please ask question. If there's no question, I'm going to pass you over to Mr. David Ageba. Hello, Mr. David. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you for that amazing presentation, Afe. I know most people are on mute.
Okay.
If you have any questions for Afe, now this is time. I am not the expert graphic designer. I take care of other programs, but not graphic design for sure. So does anyone have any question on the group, on the event? We have somebody's raising his hand since Olowo Dasa Gabriel. We have Shoyinka. We have Orowolo. Okay. Okay, if there's no question, I will then start sharing my own screen.
Okay.
And then we can move towards rounding up today's session. So thank you for that case study walkthrough on Adobe, some basic color stuff. So the next thing I want to talk about is Advanced Careers UK Career Transformation Framework. Do you want to become a graphic designer? What are the processes you could take or start taking today to achieve that? Okay, so I'm going to share with you our framework. This framework is what is guaranteeing us results on a daily basis. Already this year, we've already had several success stories from other areas, and we are hoping that some of you will become our next success stories. So our career launch framework, it starts with skills acquisition. Step number 1, step number 2, work experience. Step number 3, professional branding. Step number 4, career launch. Step number 5, accept your offer, and then live happily ever after. Step number 1, training and workshop. Now, what you need is skills, not just knowledge. Skills is the application of knowledge. So when you go to university, you graduate with academic knowledge. That is why several people struggle. Now, when you get onto the real world after university graduation, you start searching for job. You're not finding job. And you complain that you have university degree. Trust me, you have not started learning about how the real world works. It is not academic. It is practical. It is hands-on. It is your ability to do the job. Okay? Now, how do you then acquire skills? You acquire skills through practical training. All of our training are project-led training. So we teach you the theory, just as Afe did, and then showed you some practical. And after we've shown you some practical, you would practicalize it yourself. So we believe in repeat practice makes perfect. So now, once we carry you through that training, you learn in a controlled environment, you acquire the skills. Your confidence might be 50%, but it will not be enough for you to be fully confident. That is where you need work experience. Not just working with your teacher, but working with a company or working on a project. Okay? Now, what are the processes of gaining work experience? You can apply for a job as a graduate trainee. A company will employ you and train you. Okay? So when they train you on the job, they cannot trust you, you will not have the confidence. But a lot of you don't have that opportunity to go through graduate trainee programs. So what do? You start searching for any kind of job and then you don't succeed and then you get tired. So what I'm saying is you can either then volunteer. So after this program, you have brothers, you have sisters, you have uncles, aunties that have businesses. You can choose to volunteer to work with them and help them do some design. They want a birthday party, they want an anniversary party, they want to surprise somebody, you do design for them. Or you work with our marketing team, wherever you are, to deliver content that will be used globally. Now, at the end of this work experience, you now know how to interact with clients. You now understand how to build brand for companies. And then you are fully confident to launch your own career. Your career could be to work with an agency or to go freelance. But how do you now launch your career? You need to build that professional brand. You need to showcase what you have done on your CV, your LinkedIn profile, or even create a blog for yourself, a professional blog, where you write about the work you've done. So now that you have that professional brand, you can start working for multinational company delivering jobs. Our first work has been on several billboards in Nigeria. Okay, so now that you have that big professional brand, you are now ready to launch your career. And we are there as well to help you to master interview, master effective communication and negotiation. So we help you with CV, we help you with preparing your LinkedIn profile, and also help you if you want to start writing blogs. And at the end of the day, you become a professional, you secure the jobs, you secure the contracts, and then you are now fully valuable to the society, to your client, and you can start seeing your finances, your income level changes. You'll be at home, before you know it, you get a bank alert on a job that you might have forgotten that you have done. Because even if you work full-time as a graphic designer, trust me, you still have your own personal clients. Your company can never stop you. And the company that would employ you full-time, they would know that you also work for other clients as well. They can't stop you because it is about creativity. So this is our framework. This is the path to career success for several others, over 200 success stories last year. So you now have the tools to determine how you can move your career forward. So our graphic design internship, what will you get from the internship? There will be a 4 weeks training, project training, practical training, hands-on training. There will be 12 weeks work experience with a digital agency marketing team. You work with a UK-based company. Okay, so you would have gotten that experience. So this is 4 weeks training, 12 weeks internship, total 16 weeks, which is 4 months. Okay, you spend that 4 months with us. At the end of the 4th month, you know how to use Adobe, you know how to use CorelDRAW, you know how to use other design tools as well outside this, because we'll still touch on an intro to video editing with you if you have that interest. And you become a skilled graphic designer, you start working. So that said, questions and answer, because we're about running up. If not, you can unmute yourself in case you are muted. Okay. If you are shy to ask questions on the masterclass, then you can contact us via WhatsApp. Just send a message to us on +44 74230 96310. Let us know that you joined the graphic design masterclass, and then we can carry on the conversation. Some of you might want to know how much it will cost you to be part of the graphic design master internship program. When you send us that message, then we would inform you, give you all of the necessary details. Since there's no question, I want to say thank you for joining in, and I hope that today's masterclass gave you a clear insight on what to do to move your career forward, especially if you want to become a graphic designer. Gabriel, your hand was raised all through, but we didn't get to hear from you. So thank you, Afe, for a great presentation. Thanks to all of the participants that have been on today's session. It was great to having you here.
Thank you very much for joining us.
So you've already seen the number. If you still want to contact us, please feel free to contact us there.
From my university graduation to the advanced career, I came into the real picture of real life in projects.
I've joined this advanced career doing BA as business analyst. This is my 4th week. So far, it's been wonderful. I felt like I can go for an interview and get a job already.